Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Mr. Brother Bayan here to bring you a quick lesson. Prior to get started, I want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Kakutash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who taught me his truth. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect, Yahakim Yaquad, which is you brothers and sisters in the Hebrew that believe. All right, and this is going to be a quick lesson, and I'm gonna start it off with this quote or a saying, if you may say. And it goes into patience. All right, I believe everybody probably heard the saying that patience is a virtue. Okay, and that's what the basis of this topic is going to be, this lesson. But it says patience is a virtue. It's a proverb, which is a short statement that expresses a culturally accepted truth. In this case, the phrase conveys the idea that accepting delayed gratification is a socially desirable trait. The idea that patience is a good trait to cultivate has been around for a long time, but mainly the point is, it says accepting delayed gratification is a socially desirable trait. All right, and that's again, patience being one of those main traits that is in the man of the Lord. All right, because we're not getting instant gratification, off of the work that we're doing right now. All right, this is something that is going to accumulate over time, and eventually the reward is going to be given. But that patience, of continue to doing the work, not taking your hands off the plow, and having that reward to come at the end, that's definitely a desirable trait that you would want a man of the Lord to have. All right, because many men could bug out, just trying to be the star of the show right now, trying to receive the kingdom right now. All right, and we know that we're not on our own time right now. All right, we're on the Lord's time. So again, patiently just doing the work and keeping our head down and moving forward, until the time comes to stop. All right, but a precept I got, I'm gonna hop in the book of Hebrews chapter 6 and Hebrews 6 and 10. It says, "For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister." All right, the Lord is not unrighteous to forget those things. All right, this work that you've been doing, that you've been putting in, in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the Lord is not going to forget it. All right, if you continue to move forward and continue to press towards, your crown, the Lord is not going to forget it. All right, because again, we know that man is going to fall in his truth, dealing with, death or so, the persecution of the saints, all of these things is bound to happen. But again, no matter what, the Lord is not going to forget, and it could even be the little things. It mentions that even if you bring water for the prophets, if you just show love to the little ones, that the Lord is willing to have mercy on you. All right, but the stage that we're on right now, you brothers that's out here teaching, we're striving to do more works and continue to grow in our studies and understanding. All right, to make our calling and election sure, roughly paraphrasing. All right, but it says, verse 11, "And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end." All right, "that ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises." All right, through faith and patience. All right, so not only being patient in the reward that is going to come, but ultimately believing that it's going to come. All right, so these two go hand in hand. All right, just like how our faith and works go hand in hand, many things in the scriptures go hand in hand. All right, and this is definitely one of them: faith and patience. So if you lose faith, that means that you lost patience in waiting for the Lord. All right, the Lord is just telling you, just hold on. Whatever you got going on, hold on. Let's see. This is book of Hebrews 10. I was right then. I knew I was somewhere over this way at the bottom. I'm gonna just jump down. No, that was Hebrews 6. This is Hebrews 10. Salaki. But this is Hebrews 10 and 23. It says, "Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promised." All right. The Lord is the Lord promised it, man. So how much more could you, you know, not respect that? You know, it's the Lord's promises is a very highly respectable thing, man. Because again, he swears on his own name. All right, with no greater thing that the Lord could swear upon, you know, and make promises on. But you know, he's letting you know that you can't fail, man. All right, you can't fail with, you know, through patience, you know, and ultimately just believing in the Lord, you know. But back to Hebrews 6, it says, "Ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises." All right, and which was the next verse that I kind of paraphrased. It says, "For when God made promises to Abraham, because he could swear by no greater, he swore by himself." All right, saying, "Surely blessing I will bless thee, and multiplying I will multiply thee." And so after he had patiently endured, he obtained the promises. Right? For men verily swear by the greater, and oath of confirmation is to them at the end of all strife. But you know, the point was, you know, he just gave that example with Abraham. All right, the Lord gave Abraham a task to do, and the promises was, you know, contingent on of Abraham completing his task. And once he completed it, you know, he stood true to what he promised Abraham, you know, multiplying his seed. All right, which we're here at this point right now, you know, we're at this point where Israelite is as the sand of the sea. Okay, so you can't say that the Lord didn't hold up on his promise. All right, but the next precept I got, I'm gonna hop in a book of James chapter 5 verse 7, I believe it was. It says, James 5 and 7, it says, "Be patient therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waited for the precious fruit of the earth, and had long patience for it, until he received the early and latter rain. Be also patient. Establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh." All right? Establish your hearts for the Lord, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. All right? We say this day in and day out. We know that the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night. All right? And none of us truly know that time, but through the signs that we have, we know that it's coming. All right. So again, this is definitely not the time to lose that patience and to bug out, you know, thinking that the Lord is taking too long. All right, man. Whatever the Lord is doing, He's doing it on the right time. All right, and He's gonna come back at the right time. So you know, your patience and your faith shouldn't waver in any type of way. You know, waiting for the Lord. All right. So, you know, that's pretty much the point. I could definitely, you know, could have made this a longer topic, but this was just something I wanted to have quick and simple. All right. Probably do a part 2, because I actually got to go leave and go handle some business. Probably do a part 2 later tonight. If not, I pray that this was edifying. You know, patience is virtue. All right, patience is a virtue. So it's a quality that, you know, you would like to hold upon yourself, you know, daily, you know, day in and day out. All right, that you don't want to fall short just because you couldn't wait, you know. But I pray that this lesson was edifying. Trying to get out of here, I want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who taught me the truth. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect. You Akim, you Akwat, which is your brothers and sisters in Hebrew that believe. And Shalom.